Hey guys, how you guys doing today? I hope all is well with everyone. Let me see how I'm gonna do this here. I hope you guys are doing okay today. Wait a minute, trying to get this right. Um, let's check, you guys. Uh-oh. Let's see. Trying to get this right. Okay. A little too much going on. How you guys doing today overall? Okay. Um. Don't mind my daughter's glitter lights at the top, you guys. I don't know why it just shows like that in the daytime, but um, how you guys doing? I just wanted to chat with you guys. So much going on in this world. Your girl been up cleaning and things of that sort. So I just decided to chat with you guys to see how this live will actually go before I do a live video. But I'm thinking about changing the whole narrative and what I do. I feel like me personally, I feel like I have a higher, I want to say like a higher calling on me. Hi Tasha. Hi Queen Libra. Hi Tasia. Guys, so much going on. I don't even know where to start. But I just feel like I can start with myself first. And I feel like I resonate with a whole lot of you guys. And I feel like you may also feel that there's a higher calling on you as well, as far as where you should be going, where you going, what you should be doing at this time in your life, things that you should be letting go of, and just different type of ways to elevate. I feel like now is the time for elevation. Let me stop saying all so much. I don't know why I've been saying all so much lately. Like I don't know when I actually do know. It's just I don't know. I just gotta stop saying that, guys. But um, a lot's been going on in this world, and I just really feel like people like us, we the people, we should be in the energy of being more hands-on with God, like with the Most High, guys, because this world right here, it's just not. It's just not. The world can be a beautiful place, but it can also be a cruel place as well. And they have so many people in the world that just want to conquer the world and pretty much, how can I put this? Like us, the people, the taxpayers, the people that paved the way for many people to become who they are, for people to become or gain status. I just feel like, we have been deceived a whole lot when it comes down to this world and the people that's in it. Hi, Destiny. That is why we are here, beloved. Elaborate, Andrew. What that mean? You're going through your ascension. Yeah, I feel like something is changing. I feel like there's a shift that actually happened, and it really happened to many of the believers, whether people want to believe it or not. Right, Andrew? I get that. Right? Too much happening with us. The party is just getting started. Exactly. Right? I know what's going on. And it's like the last of us is actually at the front line. We are at the front line. We made it through the end zone, right? But we are also at the front line now. And with this shift that happened, I feel like more and more people are being called um to stand up in faith and to stand strong at in these times here. We all have been misled by people. Okay? We all have been deceived by people. For many of us, even the church folks, even the ones that, say that they love God so much. Now, I don't really like to really, you know, question other people's belief system, but once you show something um in that area, I feel like no one can unsee what no one can unsee um what they saw. um as far as the church, I grew up in church, as many of you probably have as well. you know I'm a real God fearing person. I was a God fearing child. I was a God fearing teen. I was a God fearing young lady. I'm a God fearing woman. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional. And that's just, that just, when I speak of God, that happens, guys. So don't mind me if y'all hear my voice cracking or me shedding some tears, because it's like when it come down to that, when it come down to God, I'm very sensitive. Because that's just the love that I have for him. Like, it's very strong. It's very real. Um, Nothing fake about it. Um, and I just feel like all the wonderful things that God has done, and how he proved himself to us, we were actually supposed to be proving ourselves to him. But it's like God love us so much, to whereas, he go above and beyond, so we can know that he's real, so we can know that he's God, and he's God all by himself, and he do things for us out of love, and to show us, even when there's a period of like being in the wilderness, even if it's a period of like being chastised, or being under his wrath and things of that. So he still love us throughout all of that. And it's just like, people that actually use the Lord's name in vain, it really get to me. And I try not to let it get to me, but I feel like I have definitely been deceived all these years by everyone that's just wanted to receive a check, or a offering, or something to benefit their life or their family lives, the lives of their wives, their husbands, their children, and things of that sort. Now, that I know that it's okay for you to want to be this provider, or to want to have a legacy for your children, but to deceive the people, the men and women of God, you know, um, that really hurt. That really do. I have, like, a testimony, um from like a whole bunch of people. I can't even just start with this one, but it's really actually one that I recently, maybe like in, I want to say like 2020, like around that time when we were dealing with like the pandemic and things. um I really had a whole lot of time. I wasn't currently in church. I hadn't found a church home yet because I was already kind of like skeptical about where, I wanted to be and where I wanted to go because due to past experiences. And so I really like got extremely attached to Bishop T.D. Jakes. And the way he delivered the messages, and the way that he had a way of making you feel, and making you feel hopeful again. I just say 11:11 on the clock, making you feel hopeful again, and just making you want to stand strong in faith. And only for me to see like this photo surface on the internet of him with P Diddy, while P Diddy holding up this Freemason sign, or whatever. I felt like that was the ultimate disrespect. I also feel like, and felt like, you know um a man of God would never want to place themselves in a situation like that with someone like that. And I don't really know anything about P. Diddy. I'm not knocking him. I have not seen nothing with my own two eyes. I'm not into rumors and things of that sort, but I know the things that people have said. And but I also know what those hand gestures and those hand signs and things of that sort mean. So for you to be taking a photo with someone as big as Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're holding out this sign, I felt like that. I always feel like there's a message in a message. Okay, I always feel that way. So I instantly started feeling like, okay, if he's taking a photo, and I mean, this is not nothing that just started overnight from what I saw. Okay, this is not like a friendship that, oh, I just arrived here, and and this occurred, and I decided to take a picture, and I know he can't control nothing that no one else does. But at the same time, you would think that if they know that this is a real true man of God, they'll have a little more respect, and put their hands down while you holding up this sign, while you're in a photograph with the bishop. You land on him and you letting people know, listen, this my guy. We cool, we know each other, and it's like y'all come from the same type of world. Okay, I know all the rumors may not be fake, but at the same time, I wasn't there to witness any of them, so it don't bother me. It don't really bother me. Yes, I'm very much a humanitarian, and I feel for people, but I also feel like people put themselves in different type of situations, and then once they receive a certain type of outcome that they were not expecting to receive, then all hell want to break loose. So it's either once you, that's why I say, once you pick a side, you got to stay there. You can't just, you can't be in and out. You got to be all in, or you got to be all out. So I feel like everything was good with the good, when the getting was good. But when things started changing and it was time to pay your dues, now everybody want to come and confess and reveal. Nobody don't want to hear that, because I mean, after, as far as we know, all you guys were affiliates. So everybody want to come out and have a story about, what happened after they already joined in. And that right there, I really just like, I don't respect that. Back to what I was saying about him, I had a whole lot of faith in him. I really looked at him as, I was really like one of his followers. I was taking his advice, and I really believed that he was being truthful, and I believed that he was being honest. But if you were not a part of whatever P. Diddy got going on, I feel like you were a powerful source. I feel like with your power that you do have, I feel like it should be some levels of respect there, even if it was you saying, listen, don't post those photos. But in that type of situation, you know, I feel like he didn't have a voice. I feel like he didn't even have an opinion about the photos, because he couldn't give an opinion about the photos, and that was Diddy's way of letting us know, the people that follow him and believe in him. Listen, we got the church on lock, okay? We got the bishops under our belt, you know, and it's not all of them, it's him. And I feel away. I feel deceived. You know, I really feel deceived. Like I'm not one to do and tell. So I don't really want to go I don't really want to go through the extremities of the things that, I did. And in regards to my belief system when it came down to him. And I just want to say that, people like that we have in this world, that only really care about money and they don't really care how they get it, is like it can really take something away from you, to whereas you don't even want to seek the church house anymore. And that's not a good thing. This is not supposed to be. But the way that I feel is like I really lost hope in, like, all pastors. I really did. Like, I'ma just say that I really can't take them serious. So I really don't know where to go. Like, as far as my kids, like my first two, I was brought up in church. I brought them up in church, but I have not brought my last two to church yet. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel a way about even bringing my first two there. What's done is done. And I had some pretty bad experiences at every church I ever went to. Okay? I feel like it's not what it's all panned out to be. I saw multiple competitions go on. I saw people fighting over seats. I saw all type of things that have really happened outside of the church actually happened inside of the church, but they just had a way of putting it, a way of words, and then they used the Lord's name in vain, knowing that there's something going on behind the scenes in regards to that. So I'm really just I really just want to spend time with God and ask him, like, where should I be at right now? What should I do? Where should I go? How am I going to get my other two kids baptized? Who can I trust to do this? And it's like, I really don't know at this point, like, what. I really don't know. Like, I know we're not supposed to put all our faith and trust in man, but at the same time, it's like you gotta trust somebody. So, like, this is really hard. This is really hard to think about on a day-to-day basis. Like, how can you live your life without, like, God? How can you live your life without, like, go and visit the church house and stuff like that? Like, I actually love church. I love the experience. I love the way that it make me feel, and I try to be there and think outside of the box. Like, I'm not here for other people. I'm actually here for me. But how? How can you just exclude yourself from everything that's going on? Like, I don't really know. Like, I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to fake it up. And I just I feel a way. You guys, I really feel a way that I was deceived like that, by people. And then, as I think back to a lot of the sermons that I listened to from Bishop T.D. Jakes, and I noticed that he always went back to this certain type of scenario about how when he first started out, other pastors and other pastors was telling him, you're you're not a bishop, you a pastor, and he talk about how they talked about his clothes, and now all you see is him dressing in the flyest things. So I feel like now is a mission accomplished, and I feel like now everything is based off ego. I feel like I got deceived, guys. You know, and I feel like not just me. It's not just me. It's a whole world full of people. Something bigger is going on here. And I feel like this message is coming out because it's like I feel like I have to relate this to the people because it's more something we are not seeing that's in plain sight. Since when we had to have guns in a church house? Since when we needed bodyguards and in a church house? Like, what is really going on here? Like, this is a chat. I'm reading, I'm speaking, I'm reading, and I want to hear you guys' input as well. I'm very teachable too. All right, I'm very teachable as well. So, I want to know. I want to know if has anyone else had any type of experience like this. Like, let me know. I feel like God did beautiful things for all of us. It don't matter what race we are. Some people refer to him as Yeshua and Jehovah and Jireh and all these different names, but it's still one. It's still one. We all serve the same one. So I just want to know, like, what's you guys' input on, what's going on, what's happening in the world, how we are being deceived. Who do we go to? I know we go to God, but at the same time, God sent helpers. He sent people. He sent people to help. I'm close with his daughter, Sarah. Okay, because you close with someone, what does that mean? I think we judge others too much instead of just focused on our relationship with God. I mean, what's judgment? How can you be passing judgment on something that's in plain sight? Like, make me understand. No, none of us are not perfect, Destiny. But at the same time, I say what I said. And I feel how I feel. I feel deceived. The devil will use pictures like that to drive people away from the messages Bishop has that could help strengthen a person's relationship with God. It's all a test. Are you serious? Okay, Alex. Yes, and that's what I need. You know, listen, I don't have a problem with speaking out about nothing. And I saw what I saw, and I said what I said, and I feel a way about it. And like I said, I'm not going to go into details about my personal experience, but I'm just speaking on what I saw openly, and I don't like it. There's no way you gonna tell me that you gonna post up because you like somebody and because you delivering the message. Everybody receive the same message. All you got to do is grab the Bible. Most people, the only thing that they do is most pastors, the only thing that they do is grab a Bible. They grab a doggone Bible and read to you and just preach it and word it in different words. All they doing is preaching the Bible, something that's already written. Don't forget that they're human as well. Right, Miss Tiffany Galore, I really understand that. They don't have anything to do with what happened. If you're gonna lead, you gotta lead by example. We not making no excuses because nobody close to nobody, Destiny. We not saving nobody. When you feel something in your spirit, that's what it is. And it's not just what yeah, I'm not gonna say it's not just what you feel in your spirit, because that's first. But I'm talking about when the proof is in the pudding, it's put out there for you to see it. So you saying that it's okay for Bishop T.D. Jakes to be a man of God, to be affiliated with P. Diddy, with all the things that he got going on. That's okay. No, it's not that. It's bigger than that. They're affiliates. Ain't no way, no other way to see it. A God-fearing man with the God of the world, the devil. Come on, what is this? What is this? What is really going on? People now really understanding that God gave the devil the power to be the God on this earth. The God of the earth. What a sin is. Think about it. I really know it's ego. It's out there for everybody to see. What am I hearing or listening to that no one else is not seeing or listening to? You talk about how people talked about your clothes and how your suits was big and how you had to do the same thing or wear the same thing for years. But look at me now. So this is material. This is about material show. This is a fashion show. This is about finances. What is this? You can't speak out both sides of your neck. You got to pick a side and stay there. You understand what I'm saying, Miss Tiffany Galore? And I literally mean that. Tyler Perry is from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I feel a way about him as well. I don't care where you were homeless at. I don't care where you went to, how you forgot about your people down there, where you came from. When we went through Katrina and everything else, you should have been pouring into us. This is where you come from. Everything is Atlanta. What do you mean everything is Atlanta? You not from there? I don't care where you got it off the ground that you didn't get your sense of humor from there. Everything you started with ever since your very first what it was, little show, little setup that you had going on, your everything about your swag was New Orleans. And you can't tell me, because I'm from there. I grew up there. I know how we act. I know how we are. I know our sense of humor. So you took everything that you learned from our people, which is your people, your grandmother, your mama, whoever you got this Medea image from, okay? But I can honestly tell you that all the people, all the mothers and grandmothers in the city of New Orleans act the same way. So you gonna take that, what you learned, and go build in Atlanta like you from there and forget about your people down there? I don't respect no Tyler Perry. I don't give a damn how big these people are. Listen, and that's another thing. How in the world do you start off? And that's another one that used God in vain. To get to the top. Now you this big, untouchable millionaire, billionaire. You understand me? Where's God now? Where's the God you started off with? Because you definitely let the God of the earth take over. I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I'm not, listen, listen, you can see it. You guys can see the same thing that I see. What about you going do something for your city down there? People dying every day. The teens done went wild. The teens done lost out on everything. They don't have nothing to do down there but murder. Nothing. While you out there trying to make Atlanta great. When you ever heard of him giving back to the city of New Orleans? You out there buying houses for homeless folks in Atlanta. And I'm not saying that nothing is wrong with that. But at the same time, where did you come from and where did you start at? Man, Miss Me with Tyler Perry. And that's just period. All them affiliates. All them now, they no longer serve God. They serve the God of this world. This earth. That we on right now. And I'm tired of being deceived by these type of people, but I don't let them affect my life like that. But at the same time, once I saw what I saw, I couldn't unsee it, and I cannot lie and say that it did not hurt and make me feel a certain type of way. And now I understand why you cannot put your trust in man. And every church that I ever been to is all about passing some money around to keep the church going, when they got people that come to the church that God said come as you are. When people come and the same ones that's giving up their whole entire work check, their last money that was in their purse. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm one of them. You understand what I'm talking about? Feeling like I'm giving back to God. I'm paying my 10% and everything of that sort. And it's only to help families. It's only to help their family. And then when it's time for other people to come in, if they need a bill paid or something, you know, you can turn to your church where you've been going and where you've been serving that. And for them to turn you down for service, that's another thing. Most of these churches don't give out money. They'll accept it all day. But when it comes down to them giving you anything, you gotta go through a whole list of things to even be selected. And many times, if they want to give you something, it's not going to be no more than $100. That's it. The church house ain't no different from a mortgage. You're paying a mortgage, you're paying your light bill. What's the difference? What's the difference? And once you leave, they don't care. They're going to keep recruiting and sending they minions out there to recruit people to come to their church so they can rip you and rob you out of everything you got too. How many times you got up from giving up your last? Whether it was money for you to eat with, gas money, whether it was money, your money that you needed to get you back and forth to work for the next week, you gave it up with high hopes, feeling like, you know, you giving back to the Lord, so you know God is gonna bless you. But since you were thinking right and you believed that God was going to bless you, that's why it happened. Other than that, they wouldn't know if God was going to bless you or not, and they didn't care. Confirmation. They didn't care. Excuse me, guys. I don't know. I'm really, I'm encouraging the winning team as well to just do what we learn, guys. Seek God in all of his righteousness. Because this is where we at with it. We in the last days, if they got parents that'll deceive their children, what makes you think you can trust a pastor or a bishop? Make it make sense. If many people always coming on here talking about what their parents did them and things of that sort, if you can't trust the people that brought you into this world, what makes you think that you can trust a pastor or a preacher? Make that make sense. Some of them always wasn't that way, you know. They human too. And I really feel like when they starting at the bottom, that's when they want to give you your all day all and things of that sort. And once they hit a certain level in life, then that's when they start revealing things. Because one thing about it, when God is in your midst, the truth is going to come out even if it slip out. Sometimes people let the truth slip out. The real truth. And then always want to cover it up with don't judge me. No, nobody not do. I feel like nobody is not judging nobody for nothing that they can clearly see in plain sight. It's not passing judgment. It's calling a spade a spade. It's calling it, seeing it for what it actually is. Found out he the devil worshiper. Right? Many of them are. Listen, in order for you to have that type of status, nobody did the way this world is going, guys. If you want to be rich, it come with a price. Even if you play the lottery. Look at all the people that won the lottery and won big and hit on the lottery. What happened? They don't get all that money. They got to pay taxes. So if you win $1 million, you're probably roughly going to walk away with at least about half of that, 500K. You ain't going to be no millionaire. If you want to be of status, you got to pay. Especially for the long haul. Look at some of these singers that they want to start families and have children and things of that sort, and they always want to cover from, oh, this is such and such. Oh, this is Beyonce. It doesn't matter. Things can happen. And you could get tired or you could be ready to settle down. No, you cannot do that once you chose to be rich and famous and a millionaire and a billionaire. You're going to work until they tell you stop working. Or you going to pay. Do you know how many of them folks wish that they can live a regular life now? Do you know how many of them folks really wish that they would have sought out God first and all of their endeavors? For real, for real? Do you know that they can have a long-lasting effect to be up there that you got to start giving up? Something that's most precious to you, especially as a mother or a father, your children. It don't just stop with you. Next up, bring your child forth. You wanted this life, you wanted this status, so now you got to do what I tell you to do. Your legacy is my legacy. If not, then you know what's going to happen. How many people you know that have to sacrifice somebody they love to be rich? What's wrong with being well off? What's wrong with being comfortable? That don't mean that you average. But the way that this world is going and how the way that the devil is controlling these people that's around you, 9 times out of 10, every time you walk out your door, you standing next to a devil. Many times you in a household with one. Let me read some of you guys' comments. One great when I'm up in here. People not understanding that the devil was one of the most beautiful angels ever, if not the most beautiful one. You understand what I'm talking about? Until he got over himself. He went to ego tripping and got kicked out of heaven. That's all it was. Ego. Wanting to take over, wanting to dominate. So God sent them here. If you up here with me and you like this, imagine all the rest of the people that's yet to come that's going to be just like you, a snake in the grass. So I'm going to give you the power over those people. Go down there and go get them. Go down there and find them. And the ones that you get, keep a hold to them. Hold on to them. And if people don't believe that this is what's happening, it is. It is. Right, Miss Tiffany Mans. I agree with that too. Right, Alex. Stand with presence. Right. Right. I feel like we all, you know, and the the deal breaker is you gotta have someone in this world that you can trust. Just because people are educated and all, who said anything about you had to be educated? Who's saying this? If God say come, listen, Jesus said, come as you are. This is what the Lord said. So the way you are, this world is, man, I'm telling you, this world have it like this. This world mess up our children and everything, making them feel like they need to be this way to be accepted. And once people, they have some that can and some that cannot. And once they can't deliver, then boom, there go that child life because of the world and the stipulations and the stress that the world can bring upon a child. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you for your cash app, sweet, sweet. May it return to you many-fold. You understand what I'm saying? This is how our children become suicidal. This is how our children start feeling like they're not being accepted because they don't have this and they don't have that. That's not how you're supposed to raise your children. Of course, you are supposed to encourage them to be the best that they can be, and that's all that you can do. But for the world to be putting all these different type of putting children through all these different type of crises to be what they expect them to be is some BS. They want you to show up as a professional. Who in the fuck said you? I'm sorry, guys. Who in the world, but sorry, not sorry. Who said that we had to be so professional? So you gotta act a certain type of way to get what you deserve? Why you can't just be you and get what you deserve? Who do you gotta please to get what you deserve? You got to think about it. This goes all the way to the creditors and everything. Whoever behind this credit report stuff, all this here. All this stuff is secretly coded. They don't let you know the real truth about what you're supposed to have when it comes down to you having credit. When you first starting off, they tell you don't have enough credit. Then they want you to build credit. Then once you build credit, some people mess up or life happens. Life get the life in on people. And then boom, now you messed your credit up. Well, how in the world you messed your credit up if you never knew you had any? They tell you don't have no credit and get you to sign up for all these different type of credit cards and things of that sort. And then once you don't pay the credit card bill, now your credit is bad. What credit? The credit that you already had that was in secret. You didn't start off with no zero credit or zero credit score. You had something going on. And this is the reason why they hunted you down to get you to sign up, because they know that life happens with many people and it could potentially mess up. They get you to sign up for things and get you to accept things that they know it can hurt you in the long run, so they could finish you and move on to the next candidate. Some serious things is going on behind the scenes. And it's not just behind the scenes of what you think. It's behind the scenes of the things that's why you got to think outside of the box. Don't be in this, have this boxed in mentality to where you feel like, you know about this and that. No, 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 no. You got to check the things that's on the outside of the box too. Because that's where they really are. Who said that? The one great one. Just saying Jesus' name, the devil will run. Exactly. Okay? Exactly. And to be honest with you guys, I really feel like my calling is to really speak of God. I have many testimonies, and I know I'm not the only one. Okay? I know I'm not the only one. But at the same time, I know that when it comes down to me, I'm going to always keep it real. That's the only thing that I know how to do. And you know what? I really try my best not to pass judgment on people. And that's why I don't. I call things for what it is and I see it for what it is. Now, you're not going to show me something and then want me to believe that what I saw is not true, or what I feel in my spirit is not true. One thing I do trust is myself. I feel I encourage you guys to do the same, because one thing about self ain't gonna never lie to self. Self ain't gonna never deceive self. Ever. If you made a decision, it wasn't a wrong decision at all. Some people always revert back to, I made a wrong decision or I made the wrong choice. No, you did not. Unless it wouldn't have happened. And sometimes if you do make the wrong choice or the wrong decision, is a greater experience that's coming out of that situation. Something great is coming out of that, because it wasn't no coincidence. It was already written for you to go through that specific thing and for it to happen that way. Nothing is a coincidence in life. Your life is already written. Just like if somebody want to get in a relationship and then if it don't work out, I shouldn't have gotten that relationship. I regret getting that relationship. Why? Oh, because it's not what I thought it was going to be. Yes, it is. And yes, it was what you thought it was going to be. But you got to keep in mind that if the devil can't get a hold of you, they can get a hold to other people that's not strong that don't have the same beliefs as you, or their beliefs may not be as strong as yours. The devil have a way to moving on those types, catching them off guard, manipulating them, you. And if it don't work on you, they going to the next source that's around you. Even if he got to manipulate your children, he don't give a damn. That's even better. You feel like if you're a child, he have more time with you. He could groom you throughout the years to make you be the biggest devil that you can be. Look at the things the people are saying about Tyra Banks behind the scenes. Every time people get big, they turn into these demonic entities. And it's not cool. And to think that they have a whole lot of people that actually bow down to these type of energies because they are afraid of what they can do. Make that make sense. People don't understand that God gave the devil a little power here on earth. But at the end of the day, God kills people. God gives life and take lives. All the devil's job is to deceive. That's it. And some people be wondering why. Why did this person die? That was a great person. Many times it be from, not answering the call, not living the way that you were assigned and ordained to live. Oh, this person is so nice and that person had a heart of gold. How you really know that? How do you really know? People gonna show you what they want you to know. Because this is how the world goes. So many people in this world is wearing a damn mask right now. And I told you, when the divine ripped the mask off their face, listen, they did everything they could to try to reconstruct it. But it's over. Why you think all these people that been behind the scenes doing things, it's being revealed, exposed. And one thing that devils don't like is exposure. They can't handle the backlash of people telling them something that they did that was wrong to other people. They don't even like to hear about the bad things that they done. But they do them. I am sick of these fake people in this world. I am. I trust God with everything. And I guess that's why I'm so sensitive. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I be so serious. Like, every time I say God, like, my eyes tear up. Like, seriously. You know? Like, seriously. That's true love. That's unconditional love. Period. That's the one that kept you. When nobody else was there for you, that's the ones that was there for you. God, Jesus. Donna, I hope I'm saying that right. I call you DG. DG. You said they don't talk about Jesus as a child, only when he was holy. Elaborate. DG. I want to know more. The people's champ here. I'm reading you guys' comments. The people champ here. Listen, they always gonna, when you really a believer, guys, that's why you gotta stay ready so you won't have to get ready. All type of strange encounters could happen. But when you know you protected and you covered and you believe that God would never forsake you or leave you, then you know that. Then you know that. They send a demon to your home, just start rejoicing. Just call on Jesus. And I guarantee you the enemy gonna flee from you. They hated Jesus. That's why they crucified him. Because he was a real one. They never saw that type of realness with nobody. They never seen it before. It was unseen and unheard of. The type of wait, why I can't say this word? Authenticity that Jesus embodied. They never saw nobody as authentic as Jesus, and they never understood why he always speak of God and always talked about his father, my father this and my father that. And think about how many people that you ran into in your life, even stayed with, even been around, that had a problem with you boasting and bragging about God. Make that make sense. If that's not some devil energy, then I don't know what is. Folks be mad at you because you serve the Lord. So that right there alone let you know who you dealing with. And once you see that, you cannot unsee it. They already got lost in the sauce. They definitely got lost in the sauce. They already done. They gone already. Until they make the decision to return to the Most High. But most times when people turn to the devil, and they can get away with the things they get away with in this world, then at the end of the day, they choose to just finish living their life that way. They're not trying to make a change. And many of them only want to make a change and start speaking about God when they fall sick or terminally ill. That's when they want to be born again. That's when they want to find Christ. Make that make sense, because the devil can't heal them. The devil can't heal nobody. And he ain't trying to heal you. His mission is to destroy. And if you're not of any use or any type of good use to the devil any longer, then he'll be happy to get rid of you unless another devil destroy you. You understand me? You can't deliver no more, okay? I'm done with you. I'll take next. It's plenty of people on this earth that actually that was born to actually be with the devil. People not understanding that either. It may sound harsh, but it's real. You understand what I'm talking about? Some come out instantly being the way that they are. Jealous, hardy, envious. Growing up that way. Hatred. Growing up with hate. Many of us endured a lot of harsh things throughout our life, throughout our childhood. A lot of hateful energy and things of that sort, but that don't mean that that's the way that we turned out. And for the ones who resonate, you resonate. And for what I can see, at least 31 of you do. At least 31 of you understand and know where I'm coming from, because you can relate, because you feel the same way. The credit score was only made in the 80s too. And now it's tied to everything only in the U.S. Only in the U.S. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. They got some Decepticons and some demons behind the scenes, period. Right? Many of you been wise beyond your years since the beginning of time. And that's what I'm saying. If you came out, you got to understand where I'm at with it, guys. Like, think outside the box. If you came in this world knowledgeable, knowing, full of wisdom, even as a child, think about how many people came into this world with hatred in their heart. We all born into the same world, the world of sin. You understand what I'm talking about? So I really do believe that people came out a certain type of way. It got to be an example set on both sides. He got to show you the good and the bad. Because it's a part of the promise. You understand what I'm saying? The bigger picture is a part of the promise, the good and the bad. The example got to be set some type of way. They gotta have some that's righteous, that's willing to follow behind Jesus. Even though you will never amount up to Jesus, but following in his footsteps or trying your hardest to, that'll suffice for God. But when you on the other side of things and you doing the devil's work, an example gonna be made out of you too. And that's the only way that people are going to believe that God is real, once they see the example. You know what I'm talking about? All this time, some people was today years old when they found out what understanding really mean. The world have you thinking to understand is to for you to listen to me and see where I'm coming from. That's understanding me, right? But God said to have understanding is to depart from evil. And that's the reason why I feel the way I feel about the bishop and TP. Don't use God as a stepping stool to get ahead. That's some big demon time right there. Because if you know the word of the Lord, then you already know it's in the Bible. To have understanding is to depart from evil. I'm sorry. To have understanding is to fear the Lord. To have wisdom is to depart from evil. Understanding and wisdom, they go hand in hand. To have understanding is departing from evil. So why are you in a photograph with somebody that's from the other side? In plain sight. And that lets you know that this guy didn't have no respect for him. Why would I respect somebody that belong to us? Or that's one of us? You don't see Diddy throwing up that sign with nobody else. That was a clear sign and a message to let the blind people see that he's one of us. I don't care how good somebody could preach. They only preaching the same thing that you have. And guess what? That's the only thing in this world free. Nothing else in the world free but a Bible. And that's how you know it holds some power. You can't put no cost or no price on no Bible. People do it anyway. But again, I don't judge. That's up to God how he gonna handle those different type of people. But I can guarantee you one thing, Bible's always been free. The word is free. The word is not to be sold. And this is what these people do. They sell us the word. You got to pay to hear the word. And me personally, I really prefer to be guided by the Holy Spirit. I really prefer for me to keep seeking him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I'm not putting my faith into no more pastors out here. I'm not. And my reason being is because they are human too. They can also make mistakes. But I feel like for me, I don't know about other people, but for me, that's too much for me to be able to handle. To see that people go that far as mocking God and using his name in vain for a come up. That's going too far for me. That's going too far for me and it's unacceptable. And I'm never going to accept that. Especially not when you let me see it. And especially not when I had hope in you. Not when I believed in you before. And it's not that you let me down. You let yourself down. You let yourself down. While you partying with the devils. With the people of the world. What is a pastor doing at a party like Diddy party? What are you doing at a P. Diddy party? And until somebody can make that make sense, then please don't come telling me about the bishop and his daughter and nobody else. The Lord said you could drink, but don't get drunken. When you at a Diddy party, you turning up and you getting drunk. They got people around you getting drunk. Come on, man. I'm I'm trying to figure out from you, DG. Like I'm you asking me or I'm confused. There's history of Jesus as a child, just not much. Because listen, you got what you got. You know what you know. You know how he came here as a child. You know he came here through a virgin, the Virgin Mary. You know he came through his mother. You know how he got here. And when he grew up, of course, he had a childhood like a child would have. But he wasn't your average child, because he always knew that it was something different about him, just as his followers do and did when they were children. You knew it was something different about you, but you just didn't know what it was. For the real followers of Christ, yay, that's how he grew up. And when he got old enough, I remember reading when he got old enough, and I feel like Mary was telling him something uh about Joseph, and he told her to depart from me. I remember that. Jesus told Mary to depart from me. I'm doing the work of my Father. I'm doing the work of my Father. That's all he ever knew was God. And I'm telling you, this is the reason why he was hated from young. Many of you were too. And that was also a sin. And that was one of the many sins that Jesus died on the cross for us for. To pave the way for you. Because if you're going to be a believer, and as the offspring of Abraham, the father of the Bible and things of that sort, then of course you were going to go through some of the same things as well. Jesus always had followers, disciples, followers, etc. And always will. It's gonna be many that come after us that's gonna follow and just be in an energy of wanting, seeking God. Okay, to say the least. And that's just period. You say as a kid Jesus turned holy after he wasn't so holy. Then at the age of 12 he started preaching. He was always holy. He was always holy, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. He was always holy. Mm-mm. Especially for burning people, parents, and leaving children bastards. I never read that. I don't think I ever even heard of that story. This the first time. But if you did, you saw what you saw. But I never seen this. I never heard of it either. If that actually happened, uh, you have the scripture to show me, because I never heard this before ever. Chieftain facts. um Hold up, Bibles are not free. Every Bible that I got was free. Every Bible that I received is free. I remember as a child, the Bibles used to come in the doggone in a doggone boxes, and they used to pass them out. And at first, it used to be the little ones, the small Bibles, but it was the whole complete Bible. I don't think I ever, I don't think I ever had to purchase a Bible. Again, they have people that sell them, but I never purchased a Bible. Bibles are free. They have Bibles in places where, even in hotel rooms, they have Bibles. Okay? You ain't gonna get no magazine, but you'll get a Bible. They'll be more afraid of you stealing or taking a magazine before a Bible. Oh, I definitely know about these new Bibles that they're selling, but my thing is I never bought a Bible before. I never paid money for a Bible. Now I don't even know, every Bible I received, it was free. But I know they do sell them. I seen that online as well. But I just wanted to tap in with you guys and share what was on my mind. And I just, y'all hear the thunder? I just feel like, me personally, I don't know. I feel like I'm being called for something higher, and I'm really trying to see exactly what that is. So I'm just being led. I feel like I'm being led because I don't know why this message just fell on my heart to share with you guys. I don't know. I really love to write, but at the same time, I really actually want to. I'm not saying that I don't want to be compensated for things that I do, because nobody should ever have to work for free. But at the same time, as far as me being uh super rich, I don't think I want to live that type of lifestyle. I don't think that I feel like that type of lifestyle bring a lot of hate. I feel like that type of lifestyle could lead you to straying away from the Father permanently. I feel like it's okay to be established, and that's where I want to be in life. Established and comfortable. But as far as being rich and wealthy, I mean, if God want to grant me to be rich and wealthy, that'll be nice, because I'll do the right things with it. I take care of people in the world. I feel like that'll be my calling. If I uh become wealthy overnight, then I know for certain that I'm definitely gonna look out for people in the world. I know for certain I'm gonna make sure that I can do something to try to change something where in a city and state that I was born in Louisiana. I know for certain I'm gonna definitely hit uh all 50 states. That's my goal, you know, to make a difference in the lives of people if I was to ever become wealthy and well off. I feel like once you comfortable and you have a certain amount of money, then that's good enough. It's like, and you have a certain amount of money that you can pass on to your children and things of that sort, so they can create, create, create is the word. Create a better life. I feel like when things are really just hand down and given to children, they don't really understand the struggle. They don't really understand the sacrifice that you made, when that parents make when they just instantly just have something to just give their children. Okay, you gave them the greatest gift, and that's the opportunity to live and create and be their own person and be the best that they can be. But many times, if they are born into it, then you know it's chances that they won't do the right thing with it, or it's a chance that they may feel like they're entitled to this world, and that's not the right or appropriate way to actually ever bring up a child or grandchild. It doesn't matter. Okay, feeling entitled, like you know, because no one lives forever, and it's not gonna always be that same way. When you will hear, not understand me as a parent. I have 4 kids myself, and I have 3 bonus kids. But at the end of the day, it's just like I want to make sure that they have something that they can keep going, and they can understand that you know this was something that was uh left behind for us. And I hope that they'll find some type of value in that, rather than just being well off. You understand what I'm saying? So um yeah, that's just the way that I see it. I feel like everybody have to work. Everybody that's here is on an assignment. Nobody is here to just be codependent or entitled. You are here to work in some type of way. Yeah, well off. I don't really like to use the term rich because I'm already rich at heart. You know, um, I wonder what makes you rich. Money? I don't think money can make you rich. Okay, I think money can help. I think money can help you uh make your dreams come true and things of that sort. But when you are rich, it starts in your heart space first. You gotta see it. You gotta see it and believe it in order to achieve it. And that's the way that I feel about it. Okay, you gotta visualize things. You don't understand that people make money a bad thing, and you really need it to survive. But just to have so much money, I feel like people like to achieve these type of goals so that they can have some type of control over people, or treat people that's less fortunate a certain type of way, and that's not cool. Okay, I feel like God bless people to bless other people. Be blessed or a blessing is something that I'm very big on. um I'm not saying that you have to give everything you have away to someone, but I definitely feel like you are to do your fair share of charitable work. Okay, and that's to help people, period. To help people. And that's, and for, like, for a while, at some point, I really thought that, that was my downfall, you know at some point. And then I felt like I was being triggered, because it's like, uh I always had a giving heart. I always would help anyone. Like, I didn't never have a problem with helping anyone. I never had a problem with giving anyone anything. You know what I'm saying? But I realized real early that I was one of many that I never met. You know, I realized I was one of many that I never met that felt that way. My dog crying to come in here by me, guys. You know, people, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if I ever met anyone that was a giver like me. I don't think I did. I don't think I ran across anyone like me. And I'm being honest, to where I had to really stop myself and tell myself, like, no, stop, stop giving everything that you have to people, because I'm a big giver, guys. I am. And and I do it because it actually make me feel good to make other people happy. You know what I'm saying? And I also feel like that's a part of my calling too. But I always been very big on giving. I always been very big on charitable work. That's just me. And sometimes I used to be very upset with myself knowing that, I was the only one like that. But I don't recall nobody ever pouring anything into me like I poured into me. Ever. You know what I'm saying, guys? Or as I poured into others. Like for real. Excuse me. I'm on live.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, mama. I'm about to end it. Go ahead. I'm about to end it. It's raining?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Go in your room. I'm coming, okay?
I'm gonna go sit on the door.
Okay. So yeah, guys, my babies just came in here. But that's what I have for you guys. And I see that I have to be in my daughter's room to actually go live. I don't know what's going on with my room. But I feel like people been sending things towards me, but it don't matter. Okay, it's not gonna be the first time, but I tell you one thing, that I'm not gonna be defeated. I'm not gonna fall victim to it. Okay, so whatever people are trying to send at this day and time, it's just gonna instantly backfire and return to sender, and that's just period. Because people don't like to actually hear the truth, but that's all I have for people is the truth. Okay, or at least my truth. Okay, and I'm good with that. Okay, I'm good with that. I have my truth, and I'm standing my truth, and I'm gonna stand in my power, and I'm not gonna let anyone take my power away from me. I'm not prideful. I'm not ego driven. I'm not any of those things. But I am that I am, and I'm sure about who I am, and I'm for certain a believer. Okay, I'm very much that. So excuse me, wait, baby. So my kids are in here now, guys. I think I'm gonna possibly do some messages, but I think I'm gonna change it up. I think I'm gonna just start channeling messages. I'm gonna just start channeling messages, and I'm just possibly gonna start doing live videos with the channel message, because first and foremost, I'm a writer too. I don't just read, I write. So I do both. Okay, and that's why I have you guys. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for y'all input. Thank you for sharing y'all experiences and opinions. I appreciate it all. All right, until next time, peace, love, and blessings.